Okay, so today I am here with my review of the Biodara Organic Luxury Beauty products. There are 4 products in this line, and I did reach out to Mimi Kim, who is the owner of Biodara, and I asked if I could try some samples of her products so I could try them out and share them with you if I really like them, and I really like them. I love them. So she sent me this little 4-pack sampler of all of her products. So there is the Luminous Cleansing Oil, the Immortal Mist, the Creme de Clay Purifying Mask, and then the Cell Refresh Face Serum. So these are the only 4 products that are in the line, which is partly what attracted me to the line to begin with. Is I really love lines that have minimal products, really simplistic ingredients, or really natural, organic, vegan ingredients. That's the other thing is, so Biodara is an eco-conscious luxury skincare line that hand blends modern science with natural, organic, bioactive botanicals and oils. All products are vegan, cruelty-free, and formulated without synthetic preservatives, fragrance, or dyes, gluten, GMO, and parabens. Ideal for all skin types, including sensitive skin. So I had been eyeing this line for quite a while. I think she followed me on my Instagram a long time ago, and I had checked out her products, and it just took me a really long time to reach out and ask if I could try some of them, because I really love the ingredients of these products. Because one of the things that really attracted me to the line to begin with was the ingredients, the fact that it's all vegan, it's all cruelty-free, and there's only 4 products. I think that's amazing. That I think when a line only has a small number of products, they can really focus all their attention on making sure that the products that they have are just fantastic and as best as they can be, and just the most amazing products, because there's only 4 of them, so there's no excuse for them to not be fantastic. So I'll start out in the order that I use them in. So I'll start out with the Luminous Cleansing Oil. The full size of this comes in a 4-ounce glass jar with a pump, and it also comes with a muslin cloth. So this packet she sent me has all the information on all the products in it, so I'm just going to be reading from this. So this is the Luminous Cleansing Oil. It comes with the pump bottle, and then it comes with a muslin cloth to do the oil pulling. So this gently cleanses and renews the skin. It's rich in organic botanicals. Pumpkin seed oil is packed with essential fatty acids, antioxidants, and zinc. It helps soothe, hydrate, and regenerate skin, leaves skin radiant and glowing. So then obviously you use this the same way that you would use any traditional cleansing oil. You rub some of it between your fingers, massage it onto your skin to really get your makeup and the dirt and all the grime and stuff off your skin, and then you wet the muslin cloth with hot water, and then use it to pull the oil and the dirt and stuff out of your skin. So I've used this a couple of times. I used this with makeup, I used it without makeup, because I wanted to get a sense of how my skin felt after you're doing both. And I really love it. So I'll go over the ingredients first because there's not very many. This one is USDA certified organic, so there's organic sunflower oil, castor seed oil, pumpkin seed oil, non-GMO vitamin E, organic lavender oil, grapefruit oil, lemongrass oil, and clary sage. So the only thing that's not organic in here is the non-GMO vitamin E. And I really love all of the ingredients that are in here. Castor seed oil is really great for the skin. Pumpkin seed oil is another one that I really love. And this also smells fantastic because of the lavender and the grapefruit and the lemongrass and the clary sage. It's not really strongly scented, so if you're really sensitive, it does smell mostly just like lavender, so I guess it would depend if you really like lavender. But I really love the way that this smells, and especially it smells really good when you're massaging it into your skin and you're really getting all the makeup and stuff off your skin, which it does a really great job of. I massaged it into my skin for like 2 minutes before I pulled it, and it did a really good job of taking off pretty much the majority of my makeup. Usually when I do oil cleanse, I do have to go in and with a foaming cleanser and do a double cleanse just to make sure I get all the makeup off. So I did do that still, but it did a really good job of getting the majority of the makeup off my skin. And then the one day that I did use it when I didn't wear makeup, I didn't do a separate cleanse after that because I wanted to keep sort of like the hydrating, like sort of more oily feel that it left when I had pulled it off my skin, and it felt really great, and it did leave my skin feeling really luminous and really hydrated and just like amazing feeling. So this is definitely, I feel, a really great oil cleanser, and it definitely, if you really like the smell of lavender, you'll really love this, especially because it just smells so wonderful as you're using it, of the lavender. So I really love that. That's definitely one of my favorite products from the line. Well, pretty much they're all my favorites. It's hard for me to pick. I tried before I did this to think of like what would be my one standout product from the line. It's really hard to pick a favorite. So The next one is the Immortal Mist, which is their toner, which I've used almost the entire thing up of. I've just got like maybe 2 or 3 pumps left. This is infused with helichrysum, also known as the everlasting or immortal plant. Helps in regeneration of skin tissue and reducing inflammation. Aloe and skin rejuvenating botanicals help soothe and refresh skin. Defends against harmful free radicals, hydrates, and heals dry skin. So this one again is USDA certified organic. It also has ingredients from organic farming, and it has some wild-crafted ingredients in it as well. So there's 100% there's 100% aloe vera distillate in here, organic vegetable glycerin, wild harvested helichrysum oil, organic grapefruit oil, rose absolute, and organic rose geranium oil. So again, all really great. It's minimal ingredients, but all the ingredients that are in there are really wonderful. They're organic. Some of them are wild crafted, which I think is really amazing when products have wild crafted ingredients in them, because I just can't imagine what the kind of work that goes into wild crafting those ingredients. I really like this toner. I think for the most part toners can go, I have a hard time with toners because I feel like they're all sort of on the same scale. Like they all feel really nice on my skin, but in the long run I don't really notice that much of a difference. And I sort of feel the same way with this. I mean, it smells really great and it feels really great on my skin, but in terms of making a significant difference to my skin, I don't know what difference it's making to my skin especially. I mean, it does hydrate and it keeps my skin from feeling really dry when I put the oil on afterwards or the serum. So maybe it's helping really lock in the moisture that the oil cleanser did, and then the serum that I'm putting on top of it. So I feel like toners can go either way. They sort of, I don't really feel one way or the other about toners in general, but I do really like this one. It smells really good. It smells like the rose, and it's just a really great toner. If you like George's Aloe and you use that on a regular basis like I do, I definitely think that you'll like this because it sort of has the same feeling of the George's Aloe, except it's got a couple of the other essential oils and ingredients that sort of pump it up a little bit more than that. So, and with the toner, you can also use that to set makeup and use it throughout the day to refresh and revive tired skin. I haven't done that just because the pump on this, it's so tiny. It'll definitely be better on the bigger bottle, but the pump on this one was so tiny I didn't use it for anything other than to just, I used it after the cleanser when I put on the serum, or I used it after the mask before I put on the serum. So I used it before I put on the serum. So the next product in here that I would use is the mask, the Creme de Clay Purifying Mask. And this one, I didn't take a picture of it before, which is just bad blogging on my part. But it's a green, already prepared face mask, and all of the products come in the violet glass jars. So everything comes in these like really dark violet glass jars. So this isn't the product isn't compromised by the packaging. It's actually being helped by the packaging. So like I said, this is the Purifying Clay Mask. It's a creamy, already prepared green face mask. And this one extracts impurities and detoxifies the skin, soothes and nourishes your face, aids in exfoliation of dead skin cells, revitalizes and renews your skin tone, neutralizes the pH, and infuses antioxidants in the skin. So this one you would just put on after cleansing, and then you would leave it on for 15 minutes, or I tend to leave my masks on a lot longer than that, usually like 30 to 45 minutes, and then to rinse it off your skin. You can use it up to twice a week. As you know, I've talked a little bit about prepared face masks before, how I don't really like prepared face masks versus one that I activate myself. This one I feel a little bit differently about because I feel like the ingredients in here are not being hindered by their packaging, or I just feel like they're really effective ingredients. And this is one that I would reach for. If I had the full size, I would definitely reach for this one over all of my other prepared face masks, and even over some of my dry face masks that I would mix myself. I feel like the ingredients in here are wonderful and they do a lot for my skin. So this has water, bentonite, silver, rice extract, kelp extract, aspen bark extract, roasted bamboo sea salt, argan oil, rose geranium oil, and palmarosa oil. So this one again is USDA certified organic, and it also is EcoCert organic. So this one I really like, especially because I feel like it actually, sometimes with those prepared face masks that I've tried, I don't feel like they're doing a lot. They just sort of like sit on my skin. I don't feel any tightening. I don't feel anything. This one is totally different. I feel like this one really does a good job of getting deep inside my pores and cleaning them out, and it does a really good job of tightening my pores as well as detoxifying my skin. This is one of the better detoxifying clay face masks that I've tried. Just in general, this is just a really great face mask. So I used this twice. I managed to get 2 uses out of this, and my skin looked, this is gonna sound unbelievable, but it looked amazing after I took this off, and after I used the serum and the next day, my skin, the few days that I was able to use this stuff before it pretty much all used up, my skin looked amazing the days that I did use this. And this mask, I feel like the days that I used this versus just the days that I used the serum, it looked better when I used this in conjunction with the serum. So the mask plus the serum, my skin just looked incredible the next day, and it's truly amazing how much of a difference this made in my skin. So this is definitely a mask that I would pick up, or I will be picking up in the very near future. So the last thing that's in here is the Cell Refresh Face Serum. And this one it comes in the 1 ounce size in the pump bottle. So this one refines skin tone and texture, reduces inflammation and skin irritation, rich in antioxidants and essential fatty acids, soothes stressed and sun-damaged skin, penetrates and absorbs to a luminous matte finish. So I was definitely intrigued by the luminous matte finish claim, because usually the oils that I put on my skin, they either sort of stay on my skin and seem sort of oily, or they sink in and they don't really look like anything. So the way that you use this is the same way that you use any other oil. You warm a few drops of serum between your palms and gently press onto face. Use twice daily. For optimal results, use after the Creme de Clay Purifying Mask. So the ingredients in this one, it's again USDA certified organic and EcoCert organic. This has argan oil, avocado oil, jojoba oil, camellia seed oil, rosehip seed oil, sea buckthorn fruit extract, elderberry fruit extract, rose geranium oil, ylang ylang oil, neroli oil, and grapefruit oil. So I know a lot of these oils are really great for my skin type to begin with. Rosehip seed oil my skin loves. Sea buckthorn is also one that my skin really, really likes. Jojoba oil, it's sort of hit or miss for me. It depends on the serum itself. Avocado oil and argan oil I know are products that my skin really likes, and the other ingredients in here are wonderful. So this one obviously I haven't used as much of, because you can't use as much serum as you use, you know, cleanser and all that other stuff. But this is one of the best serums that I've tried, and definitely, as it says, for optimal results, use in conjunction with the clay mask. I definitely feel like when you use the two together, your skin just looks amazing afterwards, and it does really leave the luminous matte finish that it talks about, which it's sort of hard to describe, but it leaves your skin looking glowy, but it doesn't feel oily like with some other oils that I use. So it's definitely a really interesting finish, and it definitely could be used during the daytime. I've only used this at night. I haven't used it during the daytime because I'm using something else during the daytime right now, but at night I tend to play around with my oils a little bit more. But this definitely could be used for daytime under makeup, because it leaves your skin looking glowy and luminous, but it doesn't leave it feeling slick and oily like some can. So this is definitely a really great facial serum, and it's another one that I really need to pick up probably as soon as I hit like half this bottle. I'm definitely going to be hitting the full size of that. So this is, so like I was saying, it's definitely really hard for me to pick like what the standout of the line is, because I really like all of them. I think if you're going to try any, try the serum and the face mask, because these definitely together just are sort of like a powerhouse duo. They're really great. But I also think the cleansing oil is definitely a really great cleansing oil, so I don't want to leave that one out. So I think the only one you can maybe skip, if you're going to skip any, is the toner, just because I feel like you can use any toner and it sort of does the same thing. But these, the serum and the mask especially, I think are the two standout products from the line, because they're the ones that I noticed the most difference in. But the cleansing oil definitely comes a close second. So these are one, and this is two. So I definitely really love this line, and I'm so grateful that Mimi agreed to send me some samples that I could try out, because I've been really wanting to try them out for a long time. And I do like to try out samples before I buy full sizes, because, you know, sometimes you get something and it's not what you expect and it doesn't do as much for your skin as you think that it will. But this is definitely a system that if you use, it will make a huge significant difference in your skin. And especially that serum, it did say that it soothes, it reduces inflammation and skin irritation, and I definitely noticed that when my skin was a little bit red the night before, it was almost an even skin color the next morning, which is, it's unheard of for me. It really takes a lot for my skin to not be red at all, and when I would wake up in the morning, it would literally be like one solid color, and which is, it's so weird, because that never happens to me. So definitely the serum is worth checking out because it does amazing things for my skin, and I would imagine that it would do amazing things for pretty much everybody's skin type. So that was all of the products from the Biodara line. I loved all of them, and I think that it's something that you guys should check out. I did ask Mimi if she'd be willing to give a coupon code for you guys so that way you can check out. They do have a sort of like travel set. So I think the serum and the mask size would be the same as the ones that I have here, but in the travel kit, it has a 1 ounce cleansing oil and a 1 ounce toner. So definitely check that out if you want to like try out the line and try before you buy, you know, like the big sizes. But I definitely feel like the products in this line are worth the price that they are, and they are a little bit more on the high end side, but they're not priced as highly as some products that would be in the same sort of range would be, like the moon oil or some, you know, products like that. So they're definitely worth checking out and trying if you've been looking at this line for a little while like I had been. They're definitely worth trying because they're really great products, and they'll be coming to my house soon in full sizes because I need some of them in my life full time. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that if you had been looking at Biodara for a while, this gave you some really good information and helped you decide if you wanted to try it or not, because I definitely think that you should. So I hope that you like this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!